So not only was Musk pulling visuals and words off of my account to basically gaslight the shit out of me, and then was using Darbo tactics, also hoovering tactics. It's very much a narcissist thing. They basically give you like a little bit of attention, then take it away, attention, take it away, and they're basically trying to get you addicted to their whole personality, and nobody fucking cares. Anyway, that behavior was going on. As far as I know, his influencers knew because they were pulling, like, you would see some of the things that I would say end up there on their accounts, which means either they were posting it and they knew about it, or it's basically a government run account and it was placed on there to gaslight the shit out of the intended target using MK Ultra style tactics. Now, what's even more amusing is that the Trump administration was also participating in these activities because merit and common sense, which is what I was using quite frequently in my language, somehow ended up becoming a catchphrase for some of these individuals. I noticed some of my ideas or inspirations somehow landed within the Trump administration, and most of it was taken out of context without permission. Most of this was without my permission. Half the time I just started to get pissed and just threw it out there. So I can't even tell you what instance what was what, right? And then other times I would just basically throw ideas at people's faces just to get them to fuck off. And I could have left at any time. I honestly should have left shit years ago because I was basically wasting my time. But to be quite frank, I was in enemy territory and I kind of wanted to see what was going on with the world, and also I wanted to see what the hell was going on because I was curious. And anyway, I ended up finding out that these individuals are just basically, not all of them, but there's a lot of them, who will basically sell their souls to the devil for pretty much anything and everything, and they need validation so through whatever means they can find. I don't like these individuals, most of these individuals, and I do not feel sorry for most of these individuals because they got themselves into it because I don't know who the fuck raised these people, but they have no manners, they have no values, they have poor traits. And I find it really interesting how some of these individuals who they can't even manage their own lives are going around doing shit like this because they want to get paid, they want validation, they want attention, they're attention whoring, they want fame, whatever the case might be. But these individuals in the background were basically directing these other individuals to perform actions like this, and I just happened to be on the site during that time frame. And then I also noticed in 2022 Musk falsifying the headline originally, and I basically stuck around because, one, I wanted to figure out what the hell was going on. Two, I didn't want to leave. I just figured I'd block and eventually they'd go away. Well, apparently these individuals are like fucking hyenas and piranhas because they just don't understand that people just don't like them. And just because you happen to be around them, you aren't friends with these people, okay? Like, you're acquaintances. The weird attention-seeking behaviors is fucking weird. The way that they respond to things is fucking weird. Weird, I tell ya. But anyway, this is the reason I ended up basically getting tracked. And it was all due to Muskie Boy ended up getting offended. And then that was in 2022. And as far as I know, all of his girlfriends were also kind of in on it, if I had to take a really good guess, just based on the behavior. But I have been trying to get away from these individuals since roughly 2023-ish? Or so, 2024-ish. I tried being nice, I tried being pleasant, I tried giving the benefit of the doubt, and to be quite frank, there are so many of them that they're absolutely hopeless. And most of the time, you don't tell those people anything that you really want them to know because they'll basically just flip it and turn it and 180 it and change it and basically cage you into a position that you don't want to be in, so that way they can attack the shit out of you and get you out of character, so that way they can basically take that information and then flip it and then turn it into a video clip and then point out to other people just how terrible of a person that you are. Or they're typically going behind the scenes and then explaining what a horrible person that you are to other people, so that way they can gain validation, and then that way they can get attention, and then that way they can gain. It's basically like one of those supermodel contests where just the supermodels are just absolutely horrible to each other behind the scenes, but they're doing that whole fake smiley bullshit, to the camera. That. That's all of their behavior. But that is basically how I got myself into the position that I currently am in. And now, due to that, I am calling out not just the Trump administration, but also Elon Musk, as well as those same influencers, as well as those local police stations. And I want them to make some comments to the public, actually, about what's currently occurring and what I've been seeing. And then I would also like you to actually make some comments on the targeted individual community, if you don't mind. Have a wonderful night.